In this video, we're going to talk about the graphs of logarithms. So since exponentials and logarithms are inverses, we can use one to help us graph the other. So if you forget what a log graph looks like, you can always use exponentials. Just say we want to graph log base 2. I can start off by graphing 2 to the x, which we know how to graph our logarithms. It looks like this. And there's some nice easy points. If I plug in 0, I get 1, plug in 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 8. Right, and what do we know about inverses? We know all inverses do are flip the points. So 0, 1 is going to become 1, 0. 1, 2 becomes 2, 1, and so on. So these orange points have to be on the graph of my logarithm because they're the flip of these green points. All right, another thing, this x equals 0 is going to become y equals 0 when I flip it. And then I think about what the graph will look like, and this is the graph of my logarithm. So logarithm graphs look something like this. All right, without all the other stuff, this is my basic logarithm graph. It hugs this vertical asymptote at the bottom, hits the point 1, 0, and kind of slowly turns up like that. All right, just like exponentials, there's kind of two shapes. Logarithms, if my base is smaller than 1, it just does the opposite. Instead of starting down here, it starts up here and hugs my vertical asymptote, and then turns through that point and kind of has this slow turn. So a couple of important things when you're looking at a logarithm graph. All right, the base determines its general shape, so you can either start low and turn or start high and turn, depending on the base. They're going to go through that point 1, 0, and they have a vertical asymptote. This vertical asymptote at x equals 0. I should say I want to graph log base 3 of x plus 4 minus 2. Whenever we're graphing with these extra pluses and minuses, we start by kind of ignoring them. So we're just going to graph log base 3 of x, which looks like this, based on what we just saw. Then this point is going to get shifted left 4 and down 2. All right, so left 4, down 2. And notice when I shift left, this horizontal asymptote is also going to slide left. So my graph looks just like this, and that's how I can graph a logarithm. The main things I'm looking for, this point should be in the right place because it got shifted left and down. Your asymptote should be in the right place because that got shifted left. And you should have the general shape. All right, so log base 3 is going to look like this. If it was log base 1/3, it would be the opposite direction. Right, but now you can graph logarithms. Just remember your transformations and remember those basic properties of a logarithm graph.